Okay, guys. Super Bowl's over. I can focus on
Yeah,
basketball. Oh wait, no, there's the Olympics. I found myself enjoying curling, and if you know me really well, you know I make fun of curling so much.
really.
Um, Yesterday's bid to try and get to the gold match was was really nice by the United States. I've heard they got silver. I was mad when I found out because I wanted to see the replay because being in Italy, it is 6 hours ahead. Diego, how are
Yeah,
you doing? Assuming you're enjoying the basketball. You wanted me to talk a lot about Hornets and Pistons today. So
yeah, I
I'm
did.
assuming you kept your eyes on that, but how are you otherwise?
I'm doing pretty good. My setup is different today. I am currently in Canada for a work trip, but I'm so close to Canada. I just drove here. I rented a car. It wasn't my car. So yeah, I'm just here till tomorrow. So that was kind of fun. Definitely, my girlfriend for some reason loves Canada. She's like, you should tell everyone you talk to there if they love living there. And I was like, we'll see. I'll ask them and see what they say. I don't think they're gonna say anything that amazing, but it does feel the same, except some of the signs are in French, which is fun. But
Are you
I'm
in
pretty good.
Montreal?
No, I'm around like an out not an outskirt, suburb around Toronto. I'm maybe like an hour, half an hour from Toronto. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I was supposed to go on a work trip a couple weeks ago that got
Right.
postponed for
Hmm.
some random reasons. So,
Nice.
yeah, I was planning on going to Virginia for a trip, but
Ooh.
uh, yeah, I mean, your trip sounds really exciting. Super happy for
Yeah.
you. Safe travels
Thank you.
back. Um, yeah, I was playing pickup Thursday morning,
Yeah.
and I randomly took a step, and then I just feel my
Oh
calf
God.
just like buckle or like pull, and it
Ooh.
just feels like tight for the next 3 to 4 days. I've tried everything like foam rolling,
Mm.
stretching it out, and today I was able to play on it, but I had a wide open three I was gonna take, and I'm like, okay, this is in rhythm, just shoot it like normal. I went to bend down and shoot it, and as soon as I like got into my shooting motion, like dipping my hips and stuff, I feel the pull and I just like shanked the three so badly.
Really?
I'm just turning around. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So
That's
I've been dealing
scary.
with that a bit. I was able to play pickup games today,
Hmm.
but like
Okay.
Saturday morning doing the gym runs, I
Yeah.
couldn't even run up and down the court. I was letting guys fly by. So my defense is not the best. It's hard for me to navigate around screens, so dealing with that a little bit. But
Yeah.
other than that, all's normal, man. Just
Yeah.
freaking
Hopefully
calf.
it's not serious. Yeah. It's always scary. Any injury. I was like doing a yoga. I didn't get like hurt, but I was like doing some yoga stuff, for the mobility. And I felt like my hamstring kind of pop a little bit. And I was like, am I cooked? Did I just pull something? And then nothing ever happened after that. Like, it was fine, but I was like, it was so scary. So,
See, I'm a little bit more mindful since I'm doing research now. Like I'm like, how can I
mm,
get this better? When
yeah.
you run on your toes with the really high force,
Mm,
you can strain your calf a little bit.
yeah.
So either that or if you overstretch, like especially when you're lunging, like what stretch they'll teach you is like put your two hands on the wall and like kind of just like almost like
Hmm.
you're pushing the wall, but have like a staggered stance. The back
Yeah.
leg is gonna feel that
Oh, yeah.
stretch. If you overstretch that, trying to do like a pump fake and a move like a Tyrese Halliburton,
Yeah. I
you're
was going to
putting
say, yeah.
so much a strain on the calf, and then Tyrese is
Yeah.
already dealing with an injury, right? So if
Hmm.
you stretch it beyond your limits, it can cause like Achilles snap. So that was the one thing I was worried about Saturday morning. I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I gotta set myself out of this game because
Yeah.
I felt like if I was just making it worse and not stretching it and stuff. So
Yeah.
got some icy hot, trying some other stuff, but I think it'll just gotta elevate it, hamstring, stretch it out as much as possible, and then hope for the
Yep.
best. But I'm
Yeah.
still
Good
trying to
luck.
exercise despite it because I don't want to get atrophy and I don't
Hmm.
want to weaken my other calf trying to overcompensate. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a difficult balance.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get through it. It's tough though. Good luck. Good luck out there.
Yeah, I mean, nicks and bruises. We're getting old, man. So
Yeah, man. My left elbow, uh, anytime I dive on the floor, which is a lot, if anyone ever watched me play basketball, just gets dinged up so much. Like after some games, it'd just be like inflamed. And my girlfriend's like, "You gotta buy a thing, do something." You're just damn like hurting your elbow. I'm like, I'm fine. It's fine. And then like 20 years, I'm gonna just have the
Did you ever
most
get like a pulled elbow as a kid? You know, like when you're
pulled
holding on to your
elbow.
parent's arm and then like they
Uh,
pull too hard or stuff, like it's really common to get.
oh no, that hasn't
I
happened to
have, and
me.
ever since then, like I still feel like my right elbow is different than my left elbow. My left
Jeez.
elbow feels balanced, and my right feels like it's kind of like it stings a little bit, like an
Mm,
inner. It's weird. It's weird, but like yeah, I'm really
interesting.
sensitive about my feelings in my body, I guess. So like I
Ah,
feel like tiny different imbalances, whatever. But,
it's good though. Proprioception,
maybe that's why I don't shoot my right hand because it'd be too painful for my elbow. We'll see. But
maybe.
all right, getting off track here. We're jumping into the film study. One of my favorite players, we'll start with him, Trey Murphy,
Yeah.
absolutely lit it up. Literally last month, he had 42 points. That was career high.
Really?
February 5th, scratch that. It's not his career high anymore because he had 44 points. What an outstanding performance he's had. So we're gonna show some highlights here.
Yep.
Again, he could be the focal point for any team, and he was that for the Pelicans down the stretch. So he's hit 12 threes. A lot of his highlights are going to be threes, but look at how he's setting them up. Like
Yeah.
he's proven enough in this league where he can get anywhere he needs to be. And like simple communication errors, like he'll just take advantage and he's not afraid to do it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, catch
That
and shoot.
was
But it's what he
uh
does best.
that was one thing I wanted to point out is after a while I was like, these are all really easy threes. And like this is also the Bucks defense that is in the most nebulous, who knows what they're trying to do mode and not with the greatest like oh my gosh. After a while, just every three, I'm not even looking at the three anymore. I'm looking at how the Bucks mess up defending.
They just can't
So
get over the screens, man.
yeah, but right, he's a great player and he can fit anywhere with this shooting ability. Like they ran that same exact thing like 5 clips ago. He's a great player, but it just felt like all of these shots were not hard at all for him. Like they,
Any elite 3-point shooter, Khan, Steph, like
yeah,
they're not going to struggle with these looks. But I think the thing that stands out for Trey Murphy now he's ISO'd, he's running the pick and roll. Like
yeah,
he knows he has it going, and like once he's in rhythm, it's hard. Like
little
look at him
shimmy.
shimmy, man. Like it's
Yeah, man, bro. If I'm Doc Rivers at halftime and I was seeing this, I'd be like, I need all of you to be like an undershirt on him. Like there's got to be no space. I would put two on him at that point, man. Like I'd be so done seeing that. If that was my team, if I was
well
that good.
that goes. We can go into a whole diatribe on that, but
Yeah,
firing Adrian Griffin was actually the worst decision the Bucks could have made. Like in retrospect, given
yeah,
like what all like kind of chaos and dynamic they've had. Somehow, by the grace of
insane.
goodness, Giannis did not get traded for 4 first-round picks. So, where do you go from here? I'm not sure,
Who
but
knows?
um, rely on the ghost of Cam Thomas to be the elite secondary
I don't
scorer and
know.
bring back Chris Middleton. I don't know.
I saw Zodiac GM say he would be good on the team by looking at his signs. With be honest, so I don't know.
That's all the basketball analysis you need, man.
Yeah, basically. What else we got?
Alrighty. Okay, let's load this up. So I picked this literally a couple hour. Oh no, sorry, the different highlight. But Igor Demon, I don't know if that's how you say his name or Devin.
I think they
If
said,
you watch him in college, he was
mhm,
not a great shooter. I think he was at
yeah,
BYU. He was
yeah,
not a great shooter from deep. And just to see this for the Nets, you had to beat my I don't even know what's going on with the Bulls yesterday. Like Nick
all right,
Claxton, like it was just bad. Like they hustle points, they were just non-existent for the Bulls. But he's having a great season for the Nets. He's kind of like diamond in the rough as of late. And
yeah,
you just see how he's getting his points. Like he's very, very uber aggressive. And that's what you love to see from a young player.
yeah. I think we talked about this in like a surprising rookies. Just being picking him at 8 was kind of a like why would they do that? And the fact that he's been able to shoot threes, which is something like you said, he couldn't do at BYU. Like if you show someone this clip a year ago, they're like, "What? How is he doing that?" this is not something. This is a big question mark for him, but it's very nice to see him get a lot better at this, and hopefully it'll help set up his inside game. I think I've heard on a podcast that he's made more threes than twos he's attempted, something like that. And
And the way he's creating them, like you talked about Trey
hmm
Murphy, like he's just getting wide open shots.
yeah,
Here he's making strides to get into threes, and that's helping out with his mid-range shot, right?
that's
He's
nice. Yeah.
reading how the defense is chasing him and
hmm
reacting accordingly. Whereas like Trey Murphy is getting them off of screens, like, and he's kind of taking advantage of the space given to him. Whereas like he's creating the space and recognizing he has great spatial awareness. This is what stands out to me.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a shot making decision or passing decision making, like very early on, he already understands where the defenders are.
hmm Yeah, and he was built as a point guard, that kind of big point guard vibe. So being able to shoot that three is gonna be huge for him. Uh, Attack closeouts and then make passes. So very very interesting here. I'm glad he's kind of people were worried about him, I guess. So good, he's finding something.
Guess he was the Porzingis of the Nets.
Yo,
Your Warrior center, Kristaps Porzingis, by the
I
way.
know, right? Like
So many changes.
that Kuminga, terrible. Ah, yes, Musa Diabate.
Everybody's favorite Charlotte Hornets player,
Yeah,
Diabate, the aggressor himself. Um,
so good.
a couple hours before I had heard about the fight, I was like, man, you have Khan, you have LaMelo, you have all these guys on the Hornets, Brandon Miller,
Yep.
scoring in bunches now. Like, you don't have to worry about your offense. Well, who's going to be there on the defensive end? You just see so many guys stand out, and nope, get that
Oh,
out of here. Rim protector, okay. Like,
insane.
he's just doing all the little things, and that clearly, very clearly stands out. Being in the right position, like all this stuff matters in order to create the spacing and like tack every area of the floor for the Hornets. And he's a guy that will do whatever it takes to be on the team. Rim
Yep.
run, defend, like you notice that right away. And without a guy like that, the
Oh,
Hornets don't have the physical toughness to win 9 straight games and like take it down to the
hmm
wire with the Detroit Pistons.
yeah. I didn't get on the first view. I didn't get what this meant. I thought it was just like a but it's the moose antlers. I just understood that. Yeah, awesome hustle guy. I think he was off a two-way, and like, look what he's just scoring on Victor Wembanyama, not scared, doing everything he can, and that kind of roaming center at 6'10", mobile, get any
Ooh,
block you want. Yeah, it's very good, and especially for the Hornets who coming into this year didn't have a starting center, like a proven starting center at all. You were trusting Ryan Cockbrenner as I think it was a second rounder.
and this is
Some,
on Stephon Castle, who had a phenomenal. I think he had a 40-point triple double the other day.
yeah, he did
Like,
against the
uh,
Mavs.
like yeah,
Yeah,
not against the Hornets, but like
yeah,
it's crazy. It doesn't matter who it is. He's not scared, and you need guys like that.
yeah. Equal opportunity buckets, or yeah, I guess winning plays. I don't know. I don't know if he scored on that one on Steph Castle, but yeah, he's a great player. This Hawk or not this Hawks, this Hornets team is so exciting. I don't think I've ever been this excited for a Hornets team in my entire life, even when I didn't know about basketball. Like
I'm
even then.
excited for them because the Bulls are about to replace them in the lottery. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
fun.
helpful.
Finally
Yeah.
out of the middle. But yeah,
Yeah, true.
I don't know what the heck's going on with them. It's it just
It's
drives me
good.
up
You
a
picked a
wall.
direction. You picked a direction
After
unintentionally, but
saying you don't want to be in the middle for so long, but whatever. This one was fascinating just from an offensive concept standpoint. What you notice is like they'll have a side pick and roll and then like an
mhm,
off ball action, but they always swing it over to the opposite wing on another off ball. So you have like two off ball actions that create like
yeah.
a closeout defender on the weak side, like every single time. And I find it fascinating by the Grizzlies where they're playing
Mhm.
conceptually now, and I don't think if you asked me during Jaws rookie season if I see the Grizzlies playing this way, I would have said absolutely not, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I love how they're engaging everybody on offense to be able to create the looks they're getting. So it's just something I appreciate watching them like as far as like offensive concepts that Islo is integrated into this team. So
Mhm.
wanted to highlight that.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. It's were they? I think they were the first last year with this kind of concept of we don't need as many pick and rolls, right? We could just drive in, figure something out. Kind of referring back to like the University of Memphis dribble drive offense, and it's so interesting to see just like this flow, right? It's not we're running this set play this time, this set play the next time. It's you as the player decide, oh, okay, we'll do this flare screen, we'll do this stagger screen, and then off that, reading the defender, just say, oh, he's overplaying me back cut. He went under the screen too early, flare off that, and yeah, this is like something that I like understand and I can watch it happening, but I can't implement it playing yet. And for like my basketball team with my friends, if I can like explain, understand them myself to execute it, and then tell them, we're gonna be like easily the best team in any league because these are like NBA concepts. This is literally cutting edge stuff, and it's so exciting to watch.
Yeah, and you're asking probably in this clip we just saw, like,
Hmm.
why didn't they just like tag the roller as soon as he can? Well, you're trying to create threes, and in a league right now that you're trying to create wide open threes, you got to be able to influence defenders in order to create those opportunities. So just the way he's doing it with all
Yeah.
five guys on the court, but also putting his guys in positions to just read and react. Like you see that pull up three, like that guy's probably doing that in pickup like all the time, like
Hmm.
pull up twos, but he feels uncomfortable in the game to do it because coaches are like threes are more valuable than twos. The way this offense is formed is like you're getting a wide open, like in space, like decision into the shot every time it's implemented. No matter if it's a
Yep.
corner three, wing three, pull up, elbow shot, pull up, like those are the shots basketball players want to take most of the time.
Yeah.
And finding a unique way to create that with so much of movement is so important, especially with a guy like Ja, who puts so much of
Hmm.
pressure downfield. It's a very beneficial concept to do.
Yeah. Basketball's all about creating advantages and exploiting them. Don't let them tell you otherwise. I don't even know who them are, but there's a them somewhere with a nefarious agenda. Anywho,
All right. Cleveland Cavaliers, newest star, James Harden.
yep.
It's no accident. We know he's good at the pick and roll, but how does that influence Jared Allen? You're seeing the looks he's creating 3-on-2 late in the
Hmm.
paint. Very, very important to how Cleveland spaces and cuts. This is like an ongoing thread. So, courtesy of Steve Jones Jr. on
Oh,
Twitter, I
nice.
thought it was a brilliant explanation. So, this is one
Yeah.
clip.
Another one.
Again, now you have Allen trying to make decisions from the elbow, but just
Hmm.
his ability to initiate pick and rolls, like again, Tweet explains it's well with or without Donovan Mitchell on the court, you could still get offense. And that was a problem with the Cavs going into the
Yeah.
postseason. Like Garland's a good player and he's a great scorer, but like sometimes, especially when he's dealing with injury, like his playmaking would go off to the wayside. And we saw, and I highlighted early in the season how his playmaking's improved,
Hmm.
but Cleveland felt it wasn't enough for them to contend in the East, where they have to rely on a proven playmaker like James Harden coming in
Yeah.
at 37 to be able to do this. And you see how he's impacting like the role players already in different ways. So you can initiate offense around this without taxing like your best star on the team and Donovan Mitchell. So that's
Hmm.
something that's immediately important. But I think the way they're creating Allen to be a decision maker is really helpful because you saw this out of Mobley.
Yep.
We're going at the beginning of this season. The entire last season is about how Mobley grew offensively. And now you're opening
Hmm.
up this opportunity for Jared Allen to have big nights as well.
Yeah. Again, it's weaponizing every guy. It's a very 2014 Spurs concept. Yep.
Another look. You see Allen as a playmaker as well. Like it's not just benefiting the big here. It's you can have cuts around it, and that's really
Yeah.
important. So Tyson, who's also having a great year for his role
Hmm.
as well. Like this is great to see if you're Cleveland.
Yeah. If he can, when it runs back positive on the second, Jared Allen catches it like right now.
Gosh, okay.
No, you're good.
So
So right in that moment, see, the guy steps up to Jared, and then there's two guys guarding three guys on the weak side. And that's exactly what Jalen Tyson takes advantage of. There's a fat gap there in the middle that he exploits, and even I don't know who even is that. I'm guessing it's Craig Porter Jr. That back guy
I
on
don't
the
know.
in the dunker spot, he could then also cut or space out if Tyson didn't want to shoot that shot. So right,
Or lob, just straight up alley-oop dunk. Because look
if
at
he's
where
like that,
the guy has his back to him. If I was there, I would
yo
just cut to the
Westbrook,
basket. There's no way my guy
yeah,
is. It's probably a bad idea with the way like he probably doesn't want to do because Tyson is already
yeah.
cutting. You don't want two guys going to the same area, but
If Tyson has
like
the
just
ball, yeah.
yeah, I mean, look at it. It's facing away. And if I was Merrill, I'm going all the way to the wing
Hmm.
because this is just terrible Kings defense right now. Like you have all of your guys have their backs turned on their man,
Hmm.
and watch out for this when you have this action the next time. This is what the James Harden effect brings. Like you can,
Yeah,
it's a simple offense, like what they're running. It's not set plays, but what it allows you to do is because he's such a great decision maker from a point guard doing this for a long time, it
yeah,
opens up these other guys to feast off of easy baskets.
yep, yeah. And like I said, if Jared Allen's a threat like this to make a pass, it's so much easier to score instead of him grabbing the ball and being like, "Oh, I'm stuck here in the middle. I can't shoot. I can't dribble." Which maybe he can do, but he can make these passes. So,
And if the Kings actually play good defense and
uh,
switch when things aren't working, still got the ice of the scoring and the step back. So, yeah,
yeah,
that's what Harden brings as well.
bro. I wish I'm doing even like a tenth of that at 37, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, remember last week we were just dogging him for being 37 and like, well, how much
It's
trade value
true.
would he have? Well, he's clearly heard the news and like they're ready to provide a benefit. And yeah, oh yeah, Al can also roll. He's not just a pick and
Yeah.
pass player. So there's that too.
Mm-hmm. Not just a short roller. He's a what is it? It's not a long roll.
So
What
there's a
is
lot
it?
of clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Allen handoff. Like it's not just Harden initiating.
Yep.
You can create a lot of looks, and it also helps your star player Donovan Mitchell. He doesn't. He hasn't even touched the
Yeah.
ball at all. Like until like what is it? 14 seconds in the shot clock.
That's
This it's a different. There's an evolved offense, so it's good to see.
bro. If I'm Donovan Mitchell and that happens, like I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm like reminiscing on my
Like
21
he's the
Jazz
one guy you don't
days.
leave open, man.
Exactly.
I
Like
don't
this.
know.
This is probably like the first or second time that happened to him all season, where he hasn't had to just absolutely get in the kitchen and cook up something. This is so easy for him. So that's really nice.
Watch out for Cleveland. They're fourth in the East right now, but
Yeah.
um, I don't think it's only Pistons you got to deal with right now in the East. I think there's a lot of
The Celtics.
the Jose Alvarado Knicks, like getting Jalen Brown a couple
Nah,
times. Like you can't forget about that, man.
I don't know, man. I'm fully anti Knicks now after the Pistons. It's not a rivalry, but like it kind of is, I guess. Anywho, so I saw this clip. This clip was, it's not really that amazing of a highlight, but it's just something that kind of pisses me off about watching any basketball. And I think it's something really hard for any player to get used to is just when you think you get fouled, not stopping after that and being like, why didn't I get a foul? That was a foul, ref. Luca does it all the time. But here, Brandon Miller might have gotten fouled, but he's like, oh, I can get the ball back and make a play for my team. And that's what he did. It's just amazing. Just great awareness, not giving
Pause it
up on
right
the
here.
play.
This
Yeah.
is an angle where it definitely should have been called. Like the defender
Okay.
has no but the foul, so I think he fouls his off arm, and you
Mm-hmm.
can see him be unbalanced, and because of that, it's not the shot he wants.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of players in this position are turning around to this corner ref and being like, "What the heck?" They're throwing their
Yeah.
arms out diagonally. They're whining. They're complaining about the whole way while the ball is going down, and they're running and
Exactly.
they're yelling about it. He just keeps playing, and I think a lot of you don't see that a lot out of players. And like, I kind of do it in pickup just because personally I don't call fouls like that unless it's like blatant. Like,
Yeah.
knock in the face, I'll call it. But if it's just like arm touches and stuff like that, like I'm like, I better finish that. And I think Brandon
Yeah.
Miller's the same way. But props to him for continuing the play continue just focusing on like how do we get the ball in the basket as a
Hmm.
and recognizing where the defenders are. So
The big thing for me is you can only control what you can control. You can't make the ref call that foul for you. You can't up the sliders or something. So just live with whatever happened and go from there. And I think it's a really big life teaching point. It's a good basketball point, but just for life as well. So yeah, just another reason basketball is so amazing. Anywho, and I guess I don't know. We could talk about the fight as well. That was I don't know if you want to pull up the clip. If you could probably just search it up on X, but that was insane. I saw.
Uh, yeah,
Oh
yeah. I
man.
was gonna talk about the trade deadline, but let's talk about the. We're talking Pistons Hornets right now, like with the
Hmm.
Diabate stuff. So let's see.
Yeah,
Let's pull up the fight.
it's just a crazy. I wonder what was being said, and then Miles Bridges getting into it. Jalen Duren had a nasty, absolutely nasty quote about him after. Just it's a classic. I mean, even Isaiah Stewart after being ejected, it's like he's like walking in the tunnel, being like, he said, if uh if you want me to play on for Detroit, like this is like what do you expect? And yeah, it's tough foul. Most than him get into
Yeah, I
it,
mean, tough
gets
foul. Like
physical.
their heads going together. They're just talking shop. Saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah,
You know what it is, and then Miles Bridges comes out of nowhere. Craziest
bro.
part is freaking
Yeah,
like
beef stew.
what's his last name? Isaiah just coming off from
Yeah,
the bench, just a tap. Like, come on, man.
just the movement. Like this took up all parts of that side of the court. The
Like, look at he
movement,
just spins to the corner and just starts attacking. Like, that's just come on, man.
just
Let's
wild.
like let's keep it basketball, And I think
This is true.
like you don't want to be singing kumbaya all the time and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
think during during supposedly said it was like that was excessive, and then
yeah.
Diabate is kind of just like mad that Duran took obsession to that. I don't know what
Interesting.
Bridges was doing. Bridges tends to have those moments, to be honest, and then so does the Isaiah. Why can't I think of his last name?
Stewart.
Stewart. Like Isaiah Stewart tends to have those moments too.
We
Like
know.
where
We
they got to
all.
keep their
Yeah.
emotions in check, and they just simply don't. So yeah, like what turned into like a one-on-one kind of thing just escalated to like really
Two v
ugly
two.
four ejections and
Yeah.
again credit to the Pistons for playing through this. Like obviously a
Hmm.
lot of teams like Hornets had a hold on momentum. They won 9 straight. And a lot of teams knowing that they're first place now going to the All-Star break are going to be super physical and they're trying to be more physical against this Pistons and seeing if they're
Yep.
really made of what they claim they'd be made of being where they are in the standings. So this is not new from their perspective, but you got to have the emotional resolve to play through this. And
Hmm.
Oklahoma City is going to play the exact same way. The Knicks are going to play that exact same way. Like, so you got to be ready to compete. And the Pistons have like thoroughly handled the Knicks so far this season,
Yep.
but it's not one of those things where like other teams around the league are going to be like, oh, we fear the Pistons. So to see them be able to play through a situation like this and ultimately end up winning is huge. So I'll
Yeah.
say that, but like obviously a moment like this is not anything to do with the ball bouncing and trying to get the ball in the basket. This is just guys getting their feelings, making it about themselves, and like trying to protect themselves when people get aggressive towards them.
Yeah. It's not. It's not okay. Unfortunately, it's not okay at all. But good win by the Pistons, like you said. Really knocking the Hornets off this like flaming hot streak. And yeah, um, not being able to finish this game with all your players. I think a lot of people doubt what the Pistons can do because they're young, right? It feels like that OKC in 2024, where yeah, you're the best team in the Western Conference in the league, but what does that really mean in the playoffs? What does that mean when you sag off Wiggins and Case and Wallace and Lou Dort and them? Are they going to actually make those shots when it really matters? When it's not crunching time, and especially for this Pistons team where you had to just make a trade to get another shooter. Ron Holland Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart, Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren may not hitting threes with middies. Are they going to make those shots? They're they're the toughest team in the league. It feels like so. That's not a worry. I think I think it's gonna be an exciting postseason, and I hope they back up what they're showing here in the regular season. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, just to recap something else, I think Cade obviously is having a phenomenal season, 33,
Yeah,
9, and 7. Um, yeah,
all-star
that was
starter.
crucial. But I think one guy that stood out, especially after the ejections, Paul Reed. Paul Reed was a big difference in this game.
Yeah.
12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals in just 18 minutes. Like, especially after the Pistons had built up that lead, he was like instrumental and like still like even getting the 3 rebounds off the glass, like offensively, like he
Mhm.
was huge for that team. It just really shows his depth. Like it's
Yeah.
not just a 5 man wrecking crew. It's not just Cade. You have all these other players around him, like doing
Mhm.
the little things. Asar Thompson, I feel like is a really good metric defensive player without the metrics to back it up. Like you see him
Okay.
create a lot of like tough situations, but he's not really credited for it
Mhm. Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
stat sheet. And when you have guys that are having that giant of an impact outside of Cade, and we talked about Cade's 4-17 game, like how it's probably one of the most
Mhm.
4-17 games you see.
Yeah.
Like this is a team that's the stats won't wow you, but they are well deserving to be 5.5 games in the lead,
Yeah.
1 game behind OKC. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're here to stay. There's no accident they are where they are. It's time for the public to catch up though, because
Mhm.
the public's still thinking about them as like a 6 seed team that's not
Yeah.
necessarily at the top of the conference, and now they're like, oh wait, they're still here. This is yeah, like great for the Pistons, but we're not really considering them. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it.
Yeah. Especially when you've been in the basement so long, it's hard to just say, "Oh, is this for real?" And I mean, I just did the math. They're on a 61 win pace, and I think they've already
Wow.
played like almost 50 games. So yeah, I guess you need to win 20 more games out of those 30, something like that.
You can't just
So
pull up the standings. They're
yeah,
almost at 40. That they need they're 21 games away from the 61 seed. So can
yeah,
very well do it.
gonna be exciting. Good postseason coming up, coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah, and part of it that's going to be
Hmm.
the reason for it is the trades that were done at the deadline.
Yeah,
Um, we talked about a couple of them. What were some you liked? What were some you disliked?
one that was ones I disliked. We had already talked about the Anthony Davis trade. I like it in the sense that the Mavs make the space to focus around Cooper Flag, but it just sucks that you get some absolutely horrendous picks in like a super protected like 1 through 20 Warriors pick in 2030 something and OKC pick in 2029, which is literally worth nothing or most likely worth nothing. But you just get a bunch of expiring guys. That's interesting. And I guess one that was kind of confusing is how the Timberwolves basically just traded Mike Conley to get him back. And it's interesting how Io feels infinitely better now. Like he feels so much more dangerous as a player and effective now that he's on the Bulls. Like watched the highlight of the game yesterday. I was like, why does he look so amazing? Like such a great player. And especially because I knew him at Illinois as like the guy. And it's so interesting to see how he's kind of had to scale it back. Uh, so those are two trades. I can't think of any other ones right now that are. The Vucevic trade is interesting for the Celtics. You get that backup big. I think those are kind of it for me right
Is it
now.
back a big now?
Oh,
Is that
sorry,
what
no,
he's been relegated to?
no.
Uh,
As your big that fits in with their concepts of shooting threes, but
right, right.
he's gonna get mauled on the defensively. I don't know. Maybe with Tatum, it's fine. Who knows? He's still slow.
I like the Jeremy Kane trade. I
Right,
was
that's a good
surprised the
one. It's
76ers
low
did it.
key.
It was
Mm-hmm.
really, really I think the 76ers gave up on him too soon.
Yeah.
They got a lot of assets for him, as
Mm-hmm.
far as 3 second-round picks and a first-round pick. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they did it. I love it for Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
They're planning ahead and they're like trying to get all these young guys and just continue to stockpile talent in the pool. Even they didn't need to make this trade, but he's like the type of guy you would target for a trade, and I think they did a fantastic job with that. So just
Yeah.
trading him, pretty much giving up like pennies on the dollar, considering how many picks they have
Hmm.
from the generous donation by the Clippers.
Yeah.
But
One of them.
yeah, that's one I liked right away. I think he'll fit right in. He's a good fit outside of SGA, like eventually, and
Yeah.
like as the Oklahoma City Thunder are gonna deal with
Mm.
getting over the luxury tax at some point.
Yeah.
It's well, the preparing in advance is really smart by them.
Yep. I guess another just crazy one. We talked about it. I think while we were recording. The Kuminga deal to send him to the Hawks to get Kristaps Porzingis. It just like, what is he gonna do there? He's definitely not starting. I don't think. Maybe he is, but he won't have the ball in his hands how he wants to. But like at that point, the Warriors are like, get out of here. We don't care. Just get off our hands. And in return, you get a not very available Kristaps Porzingis, which I mean, take this back to 2017. That's a different story. That's what I feel like a lot of these trades are. A lot of these things that are happening now, it just feels like, oh man, if we were back like 8, 9, 10 years, this would be a crazy team. But now it's a team. Yeah.
Yeah, and they lost their locker room guy and Buddy Hield, keeping the vibes high in the
Oh,
locker room and stuff. Like I don't know if
yeah.
you watched him and Jimmy just like messing around and stuff like that. Like he was also
No, I
part of the
haven't.
deal and like
Right.
good shooting threat for the Hawks that they get off the bench and stuff. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I don't know what the Warriors' plan is by trading for Porzingis.
No idea.
Like if they got Boston in the finals Porzingis,
Hmm.
I love this
But
move for them.
even
But
then, even then, he was
yeah, I
hurt
don't know.
on that finals. So it's so interesting.
It's it's an unnecessary risk they introduced by taking over a locker room guy that they couldn't be able to elevate. So
Hmm.
I don't know. It seemed like a move they didn't have to make. Maybe they're trying to compensate for losing out on Vucevic. We don't know.
Did they want him? That's so interesting. I didn't know that.
I know who the Bulls didn't want. that's that's where I'm getting to. That they didn't want Io DeSumo. They didn't want Yabusele. I like the upside of the talent they got. Like
Hmm.
I already see Ivy when he doesn't play like a quarterback, and
Yeah.
Simons and Dillingham like having huge upside for this team.
Hmm.
I just it like
Oh, sorry.
I'm happy they got like out of the Vucevic situation.
Hmm.
But what are we doing with Yabusele, Richards, and like
Yeah.
Jill? I love Jalen Smith too, but like,
Oh, Richards, right.
what's the plan here? Like, they obviously don't play well together. Like, it's
Hmm. Yeah.
there's no upside in the current team you have. Like, and if you even if you do tank, the player you get has to fit within the scheme and stuff like that. So I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with all
Hmm.
these second round picks they got. Like,
Hmm.
it's not like you're gonna get like 8 Nikola Jokic's is like in the next like 3 years. So I
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing. Like, is Arturas thinking he's gonna be here in 2032 to be able to
Who
make good on
knows?
that second round pick they got for Ayo Desumi? I don't know. Like it just
One
I get it.
thing,
They're trying to rebuild, but they're doing it in a terrible way. They're setting
yeah.
themselves up in a terrible way to do it. So
One thing I'll say is that this team doesn't make a lot of sense, and they're starting to drop. I just looked up because we were talking about the draft picks for the Warriors, or think I was thinking about that. And the Bulls this year in this loaded draft, the 2026 draft, they have two picks. They have their pick up to top 8 protected, and then the Portland Trailblazers pick top 14 protected. So basically, if you want to get a really good a shot at one of these great players in the top 8, you got to be really bad if you're the Bulls. And maybe that's what they did. They were like, let's try to get one of these guys, AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson. That's what everyone's. I mean, I've heard on these podcasts that there might be 10 of the 30 teams tanking this year right now, and even more that are like shadow tanking. So, maybe the Bulls, that's what they did. They're like, let's just mishmash it together, and maybe we'll fall back into it. Not as bad as the Mavs did with Cooper Flag, but fall back as in we made such a bad team that you get a good pick this year. Who knows?
Yeah, they, they're not doing well in the lottery past couple of years being at their way at, so I get it.
Yeah,
But if you fall to eighth, number 8 overall pick, like what's this all worth? I don't know. It's frustrating. Frustrating for sure.
yeah.
I don't think a lot of people are talking about this trade, but
Which one?
Zubac to the Pacers, I really
Right,
like for the Pacers.
it's a good
They
one.
built up a lot of physicality now on top of playing fast,
Hmm.
and they only lost like Mathurin and my guy, in my opinion. Like Jackson's a
Yeah,
good player, but like I feel like you can get an Isaiah Jackson like in the NBA. I don't think that's hard to find. Um, first round picks, yeah, I don't like losing those, but like I think for a punted year and reloading for next year, like this is just smart trading by the Pacers. Um, for
yeah,
like trying to anticipate like playing the same way 3 consecutive years is probably not ideal because teams are gonna get a read on the concept. So like
yeah.
diversifying your team as much as you can, bringing more physicality to be able to compete with teams like the Cavs, teams like the Knicks, like Celtics, like it's smart move on their end. So yeah,
Hmm.
love the move for Indiana. This is a really nice trade.
Yeah. I think in the end, you can consider this an upgrade over Miles Turner in the most like funny roundabout way, right? It was kind of unintentional, but it happened. And Zubac is a great player. He's like one of the best centers in the league. And I'm not saying like he's a great center, but in my opinion, he might be the best just a center guy. He's not like in that Jared Allen mold of like he can't shoot at all, really. He's a monster rebounder, and this guy's like a bear. He's like a grizzly bear. So I think it's gonna be a good look for that, especially if he can just catch lobs from Tyrese Halliburton next year. The Pacers are gonna be exciting, so keep on the lookout for them. I actually saw a video of Tyrese training with Drew Hanlon at lunch today. That was really fun. So yeah, they're gonna be good next year.
And for the Clippers, they get
Benedict
Benedict
Mathurin.
Mathurin, 2 first round picks on the second round pick. If I'm the Bulls and I know I'm getting rid of Vucevic, I could have easily got Zubac, knowing that I'm tanking anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have a lot of guys in expiring deals.
Hmm.
This is a player you want to build around. He's a type of player you want in a rebuild, and a guy
Yeah.
that answered a lot of questions. And I had Kobe White, I had Ayo Dosunmu, I
Yeah.
had these guys. Like I had Vucevic. Like the Clippers could have also freed up some space and cash on their end to
Hmm.
be able to make that work. And it's hard to say that in a vacuum because Simons is a great player himself.
Yeah.
So like I loved having Simons on the team now. I think it's actually going to be a really great get for the Bulls. But like
Yeah.
if I'm seeing this and I'm like looking at the collective talent the Bulls got in return, I'm like, you could have gotten Zubac competed because you still have big problems now.
Yeah.
Like so I don't know. Uh, I don't know if they even consider that option when they're like, okay, we want to get a Vucevic, but what's our plan?
Who
Like,
knows?
yeah. So
It's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, great job, Indiana Pacers. Bad job, Chicago Bulls. That's my recap of the trade deadline.
Classic. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Did we talk about the Davis trade?
I talked about it a little bit, yeah, at the start.
Yeah, I think
Just picks, basically. Just few picks, just very low with what you'd have expected when it happened.
that's very disrespectful for you to talk about Marvin Bagley like that. Okay. Like,
Hey, his deal expires this year, so that's the only reason he's on this team. I feel like.
All right, whatever. I thought he was the face of the franchise going back to his rookie year. It's
Someone
how the
did,
times have changed,
unfortunately.
man. He was an exciting pick for the Kings, and like his NBA journey's been crazy. But
Yeah. We'll see if he gets another contract after this one. Not from the Mavs. Better not be.
I
I hope
don't think
not.
you got to worry about that, Diego. It's all about the flag. So
True.
with that, thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow us at I'm on a mission.
Yeah.
Um, very exciting
Yeah.
content coming in way. All-Star weekend coming along.
Yeah.
Lots of transitions. I think there was a new All-Star lineup change. I haven't checked Bleacher Report since
Yeah.
coming off of
Ingram
work,
for
so
Curry.
that's what it was. Yeah, I was like memorable names, but yeah, should be interesting. And you know what to do. Diego, hit the outro, man.
Yep. See you guys later.